Hi guys, my name is Kiera, but here on the internet I go by Hobokiki. And today we will actually be doing a little flip through of this planner. Well, I guess it's technically not a planner, it's technically a journal if you want to be technical. But this is my media journal. Now, when I first got this, I was really hoping it would be my book journal, but I knew myself. I'm like, here, you're not going to read more than 2 books every month. You know that's the truth. So a book journal for that just seemed irresponsible for myself. Now, that's not saying if you're going to read 1 or 2 books every month, you shouldn't do a book journal. I just know how many other side projects that I'm doing right now, and to add on one more where I know I'm only going to make a spread for 1 or 2 books, it's like, to me, it was just like, no, don't do that, Kiera. But what you could do if you want to put some effort into something is, just mark every piece of media that you engulf for that month. So that is what this journal is for. I did already take the pin out the loops here. With this, you would just put a pin here and that kind of like locks it. But I already took out I locked my finger. I already took out the pin here. All right, so this is the entrance, I guess. Yes, this is a pin. Surprisingly, this has not gotten in my way. I actually had a subscriber that told me to get a magnet, and that would be even smarter, but I just haven't gotten around to doing that yet. I do like how this looks. Now, this is for 2023. That it doesn't really matter because it is the day free. The pages are blank, as you can see. So it doesn't really matter to me what year it is. So don't care. And then I did have plans for the monthly section to cover it up, but I'm never going to get the stickers that I ordered for my monthly section, so I'm just giving up on the monthly section. What will happen is I will probably just cut all these pages out because, as you can see, there's quite a lot. But yeah, I'm thinking I'm just going to cut them out. And this is where we begin. So this is just a quick little title page that I am going to make just so I know what month all of these spreads fall under. And obviously this is for the month of January. I thought it would be cool to have these little like anime girls because your girl does watch a lot of anime, and anime is a form of media. So each title page is going to have one of these little anime girls here. Let's go ahead and jump into it. Now, I do want to say before I do that, that I wasn't really sure how I wanted to work in this media journal. I knew that I wanted to be sketchbooky, just kind of like, just get in there. And yes, I'm blabbing a lot, okay? If you're new to my channel, hi, how are you? My name is Kiera, and I blab a lot. Sorry. You can skip ahead if you don't want to hear the blabbing. But I knew that I wanted it to have like a sketchy feel and to not put myself into so much pressure of it looking perfect. And then it was kind of a coin toss on whether or not I wanted each month to fall under a theme like I do with my regular planner. But I did try doing no theme for the month of January just to see how I felt about that. And I hated it. I hated it. So next month I will definitely be doing some kind of a theme. If not a theme, then at least sticking to a particular color, because you'll see in a minute, but everything kind of just looks very sporadic, at least to my eyeballs. So you'll see. Let me shut up and open the pages. Sorry, I am finally getting over this sickness, but I do still have a little bit of coughs. So here we go. The first thing that I watched was the amazing digital Circus, and you can actually find that here on YouTube. It is a animated show. I only put it in quotes because it only has 1 episode, 1 freaking episode, but it is an independent show. So obviously they can't mass produce episodes like your favorite cartoons. But golly, my kids watched this and they told me to watch it. Then my friends watched it and told me to watch it. And then it's all over the internet. So I was like, let me go ahead and actually finally watch it. I see what the hype is about. It's so interesting. You know, I love the juxtaposition of like bright, vivid, playful characters with like a very sinister and dark undertone. Oh, like that gets me every time. Like I love seeing that duality there. So I think this is going to be a great show once they keep producing it. I basically just wrote a little blurb about all the main characters here. Who is my favorite character? I don't know yet because it is only one show. I have no clue why everyone likes Jax. I mean, I think he is an a-hole. That's the best way to put it. He's such an a-hole. And if I were to meet a Jax in real life, I would run as fast as I can. But everyone loves Jax. And I don't know why. But I guess in the cartoon world, it's cool to be an a-hole. But in real world, if I ever met someone like that, no, I'm running far, far away. I gave it 5 stars just based off that one episode because the way they set up everything was beautiful. It definitely entices you, makes you want to watch more, which means they did their job well. So great cartoon, animated series, whatever, what have you. Definitely encourage you to take a visit in the YouTube world and go watch the amazing Digital Circus. All right. Next spread I have here was with Club Sh Shay featuring Cat Williams. It was the little podcast. I actually did make a video about this, so if you wanted to hear everything, how I felt about this, I would say go watch that. Definitely gave it 5 stars. Not because of the drama, but because of like just Cat spitting knowledge. Even if you don't agree with what he says about a particular person, it's just how he reacts to people, what he's saying about life in general. He just has a very intelligent way of thinking. So I encourage you, if you haven't watched it, which I don't know if there is a person who hasn't watched it, it has millions of views, listen to what he's saying. Just listen to what he's saying. Like, try not to be them versus them or him versus her, or just listen to what he's saying and how he articulates himself. Of course, if you feel like there's truth in what he's saying and you believe him and you want to be on his side, then like I go for it. But I liked just what he was saying and how he was saying. I didn't really care about the drama. The drama was there. The drama was dramaing, girl. I'm not going to lie. But to me, like just the quotes that he was giving and what he was saying, how he was reacting, how he was clarifying things was very interesting. That is what I liked about this interview. Moving forward. Okay, this is the first book I read for this year. It is called You Are More Than You've Been Told, and it was actually a gift. This is actually a page straight out the book because if you can't tell, it's a little bit of a self-help book. Not my favorite self-help book. As you can see, I only gave it 2.5 stars. Why I didn't like it? Okay, first of all, it does this thing that I hate when self-help books do, is that when there's a quote in there that they think is a very good quote, they supersize it and make like a box around it. Like they show you, look, did you miss this quote? Yes, you've already read it, but in case you missed it, I'm gonna say it again. And this book does that so many times, and that to me that is irritating. That's what I loved about the Cat Williams interview, is because he didn't have to repeat himself. He just said what he needed to say, and the quotes that he said stuck with me. He didn't say, make sure you write that down, like nothing like that. But this book, it does the opposite, where it's like where it thinks it made a valid point, it repeats it and it like supersizes it and makes it into a big box. That's like, hey, if you missed this point I made, I'm making it again just so you can reread it. It's like, yes, the quote was good the first time. Why are you repeating it? the way that it was trying to help, it just, I don't know. I'll just say it wasn't resonating with me. It definitely wasn't. I did enjoy, I have to do my little compliment sandwich here. What I did enjoy is that I liked when the author just described moments about her life. Like she would just go on a tangent about something that happened in her life, something that she experienced. When she told a story and I was able to see what happened in the story, you know, based off of what she experienced, I was able to take lessons from that. I got more lessons from that, which is why I didn't completely give it 1 star, because I learned from her experiences, her stories that she was telling. But when it was just like, don't do this, do that, do this, don't do that, I didn't like that. I didn't like it. So for me, it wasn't my favorite thing. I did like this quote here. Let's go ahead and read it. However, KB continued, see, this is from a story in her life, so it makes sense that this is actually going to be my favorite quote. Though the branches can still live without a structure, without it, they will constantly be weighed down. They will be carrying weight they weren't meant to carry. They'll be fighting an uphill battle they don't have to fight. The trellis, the structure, helps carry the weight so the branches can stay connected to the source. That was a very good quote to me. And in case you didn't know, this is a trellis. I learned something new too. I'm not really a big planter like that, so I didn't know what a trellis was, but yeah. It's a good book. I think it's just not a good book for me and the way that I learned. Tell me what you've been through and then let me draw the lines. Like I have to draw the lines like, oh, because you did this, that happened. So now I know for myself, don't do this because that'll happen. But like once you get to wagging a finger at me, that's where you lose me, bro. So that's just me. Like I said, I'm just ignorant in that way. Moving forward. Okay, so I watched Lift and I watched Silent Night. And as you can see, I gave them the same stickers. They kind of work together, to be honest, because Lift was, did it take place in France? I think it took place in some kind of Europe, somewhere fancy. I don't know. I wasn't really paying too much attention. That's why you can see I gave it 2.5 stars. But basically, it was that Kevin Hart movie where he hijacked the plane. This is how I felt. I just felt like everything in that movie was so predictable. I don't know if it's because I watched so many different like heist movies. I love heist movies. But it was so predictable to me. And that kind of made it boring. And I think I was like expecting Kevin to be funny. Because, you know, that's how we all know him. And I am all for people branching out and trying new things. But right now, it was just hard for me to see him other than the funny guy. So when he was like supposed to be serious and he was saying something that I was supposed to take seriously, it was hard for me. And that says more about myself, I think, than it does about Kevin. But at the same time, couldn't get into the movie because of that. So Silent Night. Silent Night was a different movie. My mom actually told me to watch it, and it was so interesting. In case you wanted to know, these are the synopses in the dark black. But anyways, what would you do if you knew that you were going to die because there was a poisonous gas outside, and the government knew that you were going to die because of this poisonous gas? So they issued a bunch of pills that wouldn't hurt you, but would just put you to sleep permanently, nice and easy. Would you take that pill? That is that movie's premise. And then on top of that, it's a comedy, which is right up my alley, you know. But it was like a British comedy, so then, you know, got to take it back down because they have a little bit of a different humor than I would say it was very interesting. It really made me think, what would I do in that position? How would I live off the last few days? It was interesting. There's this one scene And it was about rich people too, so I couldn't connect with like how the rich people were rich people in. But there was this scene where these snobby little kids was like, "No, mommy, I'm not gonna take the pill." And then they saw what happened to someone who didn't take the pill, and they immediately put that pill in their mouth. Dude, I was cracking up. That was funny. This was an interesting movie, very interesting. Go watch if you want to. Here we go. Now, it looks like one spread, just like the other one, but it's actually two different things. Here, I read Ace of Spades. Ace of Spades, I'm giving 3.5. It was very good. A lot of people said it was Get Out meets Gossip Girl, and I definitely can see why they said that. What can I say? It was very good until the end. And I hate it when people do that to me because it's like, oh, you got me, you got me, you got me. I'm thinking this is a 5-star book. And then I got to the end and I'm like, wait a second. So I'm not going to spoil. Probably don't read it if you want to not get spoiled. But how they wrapped everything up, it felt rushed. And then I felt like there were still questions that needed to be answered. And I couldn't tell if how it ended made the protagonists in the story look like heroes or look like if they were just traumatized. Because if they were heroes, then I couldn't get down with the message of the book. If that was supposed to make them look like heroes, then I couldn't get down with how it ended. But if the ending was supposed to make them just seemed like they were severely traumatized, then okay, I get what you're trying to say. But I couldn't tell which direction the author was trying to take with the ending. Were they truly heroes or were they just very traumatized? I couldn't tell. So I don't know, maybe that in itself, in which I have to question what was the end goal here, maybe can boost the rating. I don't know, but it was a good read. It was a good read, just didn't like how it ended. Game of the month, playing lots of Lethal Company. I know a lot of you guys who are watching these videos are not video gamers, so what can I say? It was just a fun game. Definitely, if you do play games, play it with your friends. It's fun little horror. It's not really scary, but it can be. But it's fun. It's fun. That's the best way to put it. Okay, here is my playlist for this month. Well, for technically last month because it's already February. But for January, Just Fine by Mary J. Blige. Specifically, the Treat 'Em Right remix. Oh my gosh. That's everything. I don't need anything else after that. Like that song makes me feel like I can do it all. You know what I'm saying? Everybody by Nicki Minaj. I'm sorry, that song is just fun. It's just fun. It's just fun. What I didn't expect to be on here was Rich Baby Daddy by Drake. When I first heard that song, hated it. It's just obnoxious. What an obnoxious song. But now it lives rent-free in my head, bro. So it is what it is. It's February and they did just release the music video for Rich Baby Daddy. And can I just say, Drake, good job. It's a very cute video. This is Hiss. I made this when Hiss first came out by Megan Thee Stallion. I didn't want to write on this page. I just liked how it looked. Basically just paid homage to it. It was a good song. It was a good video. What can I say? It was just good. So I gave it 4 stars. And I think that's it. Yes. So after that, we move into February. And as you can see, have another little girl there. And that's it, you guys. So as you can see, the look is kind of like, it's kind of all over the place. I love this. I love how clean these 2 pages look together, to be honest. Like, this is nice. But other than that, what I've learned from doing this is basically pick a theme or a color and stay with that for the month of January. What was my favorite theme this month? I don't know. Based off of everything, I'm honestly probably going to have to say, I'm going to probably have to say the Cat Williams interview because it was entertaining, which is what you want when you consume some form of media, whether that's a book or a song or a podcast. So it was entertaining, but it also like challenged my own thoughts. I don't agree with everything that he said, in case anybody was wondering. But I do like to be challenged. I do like to see different perspectives. I'm very okay with that. And if you can change my mind on how I feel about something, then that's amazing as well. But it was just very interesting, and it made me have reflection about myself. And I think that in a form of media is the best kind of media that you can get. Something that not only entertains you for 3 hours straight. Let's not get it twisted. This was a 3-hour video that I watched multiple times. The second time I watched on 2 times speed though. But anyways, the fact that it captivated my attention for so long, and it made me reflect on how I would like to speak to people. It made me reflect on how I would like to respond to situations. It made me reflect on just views that I had, and you know, kind of like realizing that I'm not alone in some of the views that I've had. It was good. It was good. Good watch. I really can see why everybody was watching it. I mean, I know why everybody was watching it. A lot of people was watching it for the tea, honey, and that's fine too. It's entertainment. It's supposed to be there, I guess. But if you can actually look at it from a deeper level, I would suggest that. But that's it, you guys. That's everything that I journaled about in my media journal for January. I hope you liked the video. If you liked the video, feel free to like the video. If you think I did too much blabbing, feel free to dislike the video. I am thinking about making these kind of flip through videos, including my Hobokiki cousin, be 2 videos. One where I just shut the heck up and I flip the pages. Maybe you can hopefully find some copyright music to do that too. And then another where I can just talk. So the people who want to just watch and see how the pages look, they can do that without me talking. And then the other people can hear what I have to say. But I will say that the mute button does exist. All right, you guys. I love you, and I'll see you in the next video, okay? Bye.